when I proposed to Nancy, she suspected that there was a ring on the way, but she had no idea it was this ring.
This is a ring that my dad gave to my mother 42 years ago. As a result of some difficult circumstances they had been through as a couple of very difficult years, and so he gave it to her as a second engagement ring. And then my dad, a few years later, went home to be with the Lord, and so I hadn't seen this ring in decades. And in the course of Robert communicating with my mother, asking for her blessing on our engagement, he went and did this unbeknownst to me. And in the course of that whole exchange, my mother and family had approached him and said, "Would you like to have this ring to give to Nancy? If you would like to, we would like for you to have this." And they had had this discussion. Robert had prayed about it and sought the Lord, and through a series of circumstances came to accept that gift and then to present it to me.
And Nancy and I have talked about it. I mean, does this mean as much to you because it was a gift to me rather than I went out, sold my car and bought a diamond? She said, absolutely. And I feel the same way. I'm honored and grateful that her mother would trust me enough to take this very special thing that came to her as a gift from her husband, whom she loved, and still speaks so highly of, that I would have the opportunity to receive that as a gift. So for a time it was mine, and then to give it to Nancy, her oldest daughter.
And for so many reasons, it's a beautiful ring, and it speaks of the lavish love and grace that I've received from Robert. But it was also a symbol of our connectedness to heritage, to family. Robert has that on his side. I have it on my side. And we're both so thankful. We both feel that we stand on the shoulders of those who've gone before us, parents who've loved the Lord well and loved us well, and family that love us and care for us. And we're doing this marriage in community, in the context of a community of faith. We're not two isolated people on an island. We love time alone together, and we're building a relationship together and as two, but it's in the broader context of people who know us and love us and are cheering for us and will be there praying for us, are praying for us. And so much of who I am as a woman of God was learned at the knees of my parents, godly parents, and a dad who put Christ first and put Christ first in our home. So to have the symbolism there of the heritage and the fact that we aren't the end of the line of this, that we are passing on a baton of faith to another generation yet to come, to Robert's children and grandchildren, and to those that we will love and influence as a couple, as a husband and wife, and to younger people that God's put in our lives. We're connected to this great march of citizens of heaven, believers in Christ, those who've come before, those who will follow after us. And so this is not just about us and our love and our marriage. This is a marriage for the glory of God.